Hello everyone, this is Jasmine and welcome to my channel. Today we will learn Angular. So what is Angular? Angular is a platform and framework for building web applications. It is written in TypeScript, which is a version of JavaScript with extra features that help catches mistakes early and make coding easier. What does Angular include? A JavaScript framework. It helps you to build the structure and features of your web app. Command line interface, a tool that helps you create and manage your app quickly using simple commands. Language service, which helps our code editor understand Angular and TypeScript better. And lastly, first-party libraries, ready-made tools and features that you can use in your app without building them from scratch. Now, why do we need to use Angular? There are lots of languages. Why should we use Angular? It helps developers build large and complex web apps that are easy to maintain. You don't need to know JavaScript deeply, but it helps to have some knowledge. It uses TypeScript, which makes our code more organized and easier to understand. Angular makes it easier to connect your app's data with what users see on the screen. Now let's see how can we set up the Angular project. Let's go to the Angular website and check what installations is required. So here we click on the installation. These are the prerequisites. The first is the Node.js. So for this we can directly go to the Node.js and download the Node.js. Next, we need the editor. Visual Studio Code is recommended. Let's start with installing Angular. So first, copy this command. First we need to install Node.js. After you're done with installing Node.js, copy this command and paste it to your command prompt. This will install Angular. So the Angular is installed. Now we can start our programming. So let's open Visual Studio Code. Now let's open the folder in which we want our project to be created. Now we need to write the command ng new project name. So open a new terminal. My app. So select the CSS which we want. I'm selecting the normal CSS. Server-side rendering, I'm saying no for it. Now it took a couple of minutes and our project is ready. So let's go inside the folder. cd my app ng serve. This will open the Angular project. Now the Angular page is open on this URL. So here you can see, hello my app. This is the page which is created by Angular. Now let's understand the folders and the files of Angular. Now VS Code is the extension of the VS Code. Then the node modules, it contains all the modules which is required by the Angular. Then in source there is app. It contains all the Angular related files of the application. We interact with this folder most of the time during the development. Now inside app there is app.component.css. This contains the CSS files styles specific to the same page. Then there is amp.component.html. This contains the HTML content of the same page. Then the component.specs.ts. This contains unit test for the sample page. Then component.ts. This defines the presentation logic of the sample page. Then config.ts. This is the central place to configure our project. Then routes.ts is the file in which you declare and or define the routes. Now index.html, this is the main HTML page of the Angular application. Then there is main.ts. This is the main entry point of the Angular application. Styles.ts contains the application-wide styles. These are CSS styles that apply globally to the Angular applications. Here app.module.ts file is missing. So this is because from Angular version 17 onwards, standalone is the new default for the CLI. So when we create a new project, we won't have any modules in it if we don't specify it. But we can still create the module based app, but we need to use a code. So let's start again with the app by creating a module based app. ng new my first app, no standalone. So once we write this, it will create the module which we need to create our project. I forgot the hyphen between no. Standalone. Create the CSS file. Now the package is completely installed. Let's go inside the folder. cd my first app, then ng serve. So here is our first app that is created, which looks the same. Now let's understand why do we need modules. So here in app you can see that there is a file app.module.ts. This defines the main module of the Angular application. Here many files have the .ts extension. This is because of TypeScript. Now let's create a module. You can get the command line again by typing Ctrl+C. ng generate module products. Now here you can see a folder with the name products is created. This is the module and there is a module products.module.ts. Angular modules are containers that group related parts of an application like components, services and directives based on a specific feature or functionality, such as orders or user registration. This modular design helps organize the app better, making it easier to develop, test, and maintain each part independently. When we break the applications into modules, the Angular application can scale more smoothly and keep code clean and manageable. Now this is our product module. What is ng module? Now providers, this is where you register services, special objects that handle tasks like fetching data from a server or working with a browser. Then there is ng module. In it there's declaration. This lists the Angular components, directives and pipes that belong to this module. These are the building blocks that define the module's functionality. Imports. This lists other Angular modules that this module needs to use. When a module wants to use features from another module, it must import that module first. For example, the main app module imports browse module. Here you can see the main app. This is importing the browse module. Now open the app module and let's add the products module in it. Import. Now add the product modules in the import declaration. Now after adding the products module, our application is aware of the new module. If we execute our application, it's going to show as it is because we have not added any code into the products module. Now we will learn about components and more about modules in our next video. I hope you like my video and thanks for watching.